So in this week's article by Cristina Delgado Ventimiglia, she draws on Wendy Brown's work to provoke us as educators to recover and attend to neoliberalism's, quote, inadvertent political and social consequences, end quote, to consider how neoliberalism works to configure particular ways of thinking or rationalities. So the questions to frame this week within your virtual collaboratories are drawing from her article. So in what ways is neoliberalism active in early childhood education? In what ways does it manifest and through what discourses or apparent concerns? How may thinking these questions thinking about these questions expand into the ways we defined and imagined the collective life or the life of relationships in pedagogical contexts? And how has neoliberalism come to shape the way educators relate to the question of what it means to live well with others? And I've added one more question here to bridge these questions to our reading of the Deconstructing Developmental Psychology text. How is neoliberalism entangled with child-centered pedagogy? So also consider these questions as you're writing your final paper, especially if you choose the question that's focusing on neoliberalism. So for your week 12 notes, choose 2 of the previous questions posed by Ventimiglia and write a 300 to 400 word response. So practice using APA style in this response, using in-text citations, references, style, format, etc. in preparation for your final paper. So APA resources to help you are posted on Moodle, and I encourage you to take a look at those websites. So post your response to Moodle by Saturday at 11:55 and then respond to one other post by Sunday. So just to go over a little bit more about your final papers that are due on December 9th, you'll be using the course text and an article of your choice from the reading list that we've read, and write a paper which responds to one of the following questions. So the first question is, what is neoliberalism and how does it provoke you as an educator? So this is where the previous questions in your virtual collaboratory will come to help you. So introduce neoliberalism and provide an example of how it functions and examine your implication in its operations. What questions might you ask of yourself as an educator as you notice and disrupt this rationality? So the second question is, how is the legacy of colonization, settler colonization, in Canada implicated in the current practices in early childhood education? So grounding your orientation in the course text, investigate the delivery of a specific intervention program. So issues of kindergarten readiness or an assessment tool that's currently used in British Columbia. So some examples might be the EDI or the ASQ, which are both posted in the week 13 week 13 Moodle. And then you can also choose to look at some of the physical literacies resources that we've looked at, or some of the other parenting advice that we've kind of unpacked throughout this course. If you're not sure if your assessment tool that you'll be looking at or topic is relevant, please send me an email and we can talk about it. So the third question is, how does current developmental theory function as a technology? For example, language and literacy, cognition, numeracy, and social development, which produces particular practices in education that can maintain or reproduce social inequities. And again, refer to your conversations in your virtual collaboratories, your weekly notes, and the weekly PowerPoint videos should help you with this question as well. So clearly state on your title page of this final paper which of these questions you are specifically responding to. So this written paper will be 1,200 to 1,600 words, excluding the title page and references. It should be double-spaced in Times New Roman font, size 12, and it should follow APA referencing and formatting guidelines. And lastly, I cannot accept late assignments for this assignment, as I need to have my grades in time and give myself enough time to mark and give you feedback. So this will be due on December 19th or December 9th, sorry. Okay, thanks very much, everyone. Have a great week. And if you have any questions about the final paper or the topics this week, please feel free to give me an email. Thanks.